Hi guys, it's the VN Talks here today. I'm Tala.
I'm Cata.
And I'm Marga.
So today's episode, which is our first episode, we're going to kind of touch more on moving abroad, on, more about freedom, responsibility, independency, being first year university students, especially during COVID, and how our personal experiences and what we could give, future advice for younger students who are going into their first year. And yeah, basically.
Yeah, but a little bit before we get into that, Tala, I want to know, you guys, how's your week been? I haven't seen you in a while, so I really want to know
really
the
haven't seen
latest
each other. Yeah, I actually got the vaccine. I got Pfizer today. So first dose.
Yes,
I'm almost there.
What
Get
about
your
you,
vaccination,
Marga?
guys?
Well, I can't relate with the vaccine. I don't know. I feel like our universities vaccinated me before my country does, but it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, but I luckily got vaccinated as well. I got vaccinated yesterday. Well, so it's Pfizer.
Where did you get vaccinated, Cata? Would you like to tell us about that?
No.
She's in Paris right now.
I'm in Paris right now. I'm visiting my aunt. And yeah, I'm having a time of my life, actually. It's been super fun.
Show it up.
I'm like, honestly, like, guys, I'm gonna go back to uni with like a beer belly. Like, I've had a beer every single day like the past week. Like, I'm really worried about that.
You're not Tala, you're Cata.
Now we're switching up names. Great.
We have such like similar names. Like,
we really do.
Well, not when we say like the entire thing. But when we say just Cata, Marga, Tala, it's like similar. So
for our names, the only vowel that we use is A. For like, but like my name has more, and Marga, we have the same like vowels.
Interesting.
It's true. Oh my god!
I don't think the audience wants to hear about that. Anyways, we're just like dipping out on our first episode.
Anyway, I'm really
average view time out of an hour, 2 minutes.
Literally 1 view we get. It's okay. It's an experience.
Anyway, I really hope that you get your vaccine. Like really.
Yeah, we're praying. It's okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
Anyway, that's a good.
Anyways, to start off, we're all basically IE university students in Spain. I feel like the majority of our audience is IE students, so I think they already know that. But what made you guys go to IE? How did you like the experience at IE? Was it nice? Was it good? Talk about your experiences, and I'll talk about mine.
Spill the tea. So for me, I did a summer school in France, like in 2019. And while I was there, like obviously they were like selling that school, that university. But while I was there, I remember I had one of my friends. She's like one of the smartest girls I've ever met. And she was looking at IE. And I was like, if this girl is looking at this university, it must be good. Like, it must be good. Then like I started looking more about it like by myself. And I really liked it. My parents were like, no, like that's expensive. Like, don't apply there. So I never finished my application. And then COVID came. And then like life turns around. One of my best friends now, he was like, you have to apply here, you have to go. And now, well, I'm here at IE. I've really loved it. It's been really crazy. Like with Tala, I'll probably get a little bit more into it. Like,
yeah,
their first semester online, which is a whole different experience. It's like a whole different world to be like in campus, like every day. Yeah. But I'm really loving it. Like I'm really excited to go back. But like, I'm glad that we have summer now. Like I did need a break from like Sego and stuff. What about you, Marga?
Some of you get a break from Sego. I cannot relate.
She's a local. We have a local here with us.
We have a local in the podcast, guys. Yeah. In my case, I mean, I remember when I was in high school, I used to come a lot to my high school here in Segovia because, well, I mean, mostly everyone's gonna know about IE when listening to this, but IE has like the campus in Madrid, the campus in Segovia. So because of the campus in Segovia and my high school being in Segovia, IE like came a lot to like talk about the university, do their marketing, give us some kind of bag and be like, come to IE. So they kind of convinced me. And the thing is, I was not gonna have like the money. I'm here with a scholarship actually that the
we all here with scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but the government like pays for the entire time. But
Okay, Marga, you don't have to brag.
Okay, you don't have to show off.
Can we get it? 100%. You're smart.
not only, it's not only about the grades. Okay.
Marga, I have a question before you keep going into that. How many students from your high school like are actually at IE?
I mean, I
If
don't
they
know
market it so much, like to see if it's paying
from
off.
my high school only, you
Yeah,
mean?
from your high school.
I mean, I don't know like the entire university, but out of my my
Like your
year,
grade,
it's
your
three
grade,
of
yeah.
us. It's three of us. One of the girls from my group of girlfriends in high school, and my best friend. And then I know like other people that are older, but it's not those many.
But it's not
Segovians are
like
like not
the
that typical.
popular. It's not the popular university, even though if
It's like
marketed.
really popular, but like popular in the sense that we all know about it, but then not as many people actually come
like
to
it, but
Okay.
like it as well, because we realize locals hate us. Which honestly, I don't blame them. I really don't blame them. I mean, if
Honestly, I would hate
the economy, I mean, I read something like the prices all went up once IE like became a big thing in Segovia, and like it was things started getting more expensive, and like the parties as well, and the noises, and just like little kids thinking they're running a town.
It has a good.
It is
it's
cheap,
good
but
things
like
and it's bad things.
Yeah.
I mean, it like IE students help the economy a lot for sure as well. Of course, we're university students. We have our things that people are not gonna like, but like in every other place. And I guess because many of you are foreigners, it's like seen in a different way. And
exactly,
and I know how like the view that there is of the university as a whole, or more like the student body as a whole, because everyone knows about the quality and about how good it is to the economy. Nobody can deny that, but exactly. I guess it's like they already, I feel like older locals sometimes everywhere around the world feel some kind of way about university students. We all have our time as university students, but when you're not a university student anymore, you're like, oh my God, this is. So I guess when you're like in a place like Segovia and it's like all foreign people, they just, don't feel the same way about it. But that's a whole other story.
That's okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Some locals like I do. Like I do.
Like honestly, with like COVID and stuff, like I would hate me too. If like I was a local and like I saw like
and I'm spreading the virus as well, like I wouldn't like
know
it.
I know that the first case in Segovia of COVID was an IE
student.
Yeah,
I did not remember that. It was an IE student that.
It was an IE student. I think he was Italian. He was living in
he came from. He came back from Italy.
About that, but
it was something like that. Yeah, he came from Italy. They closed IE. I remember that. Everyone thought it was gonna be like for 1 week. Yeah, IE closed even before the lockdown because of the student being the first one, and then it was like, oh, it's gonna close for a week.
Jokes on you.
That's what we thought, but no. Yeah. Then suddenly we're all 2 months inside the house, but it's fine. But
2 months? That's nothing, girl. Yeah, I didn't leave my house.
It was 2 months and a half. It felt like quite some time back in the day. Okay, not as many countries had a lockdown back then. I think we were one of the first ones, at least in Europe.
Yeah, what Italy, I think. What about you, Tala? What made you?
Well, I didn't.
Oh wait, Marga didn't continue.
Marga didn't finish the story. Okay, I'm so sorry. Go.
This is where we're talking about like how we talk a lot, guys.
We just go off topic.
We just go off topic. Yeah. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, I think, what did I even say? Oh yeah, that IE like came a lot to my university, marketed and stuff. I got convinced thanks to like actually wanting to study international relations. But the thing is, when I like back in the day, when I finally decided, at first I was hesitant about IE, and once I was convinced about IE, I really wanted to go to Madrid. Like I asked a lot if like this scholarship, which was like my only chance to come to IE, the government one, 100%, like would cover my tuition if I went to Madrid for 4 years. That was because I was like, I want to go out of this.
You want to get out of Segovia.
I wanted to. I was like, I cannot. I need like change. I need a bigger city. just too little. And then, at some point, it was my last year of school, and I was like, actually, I remember myself crying, like when it was like our last month of school, and we could not even do it all together because of COVID. And I was like, actually, I could stay for a while. So I applied for Segovia in the end. So did my friends at high school, the two that come as well. And here I ended up here, and I'm so happy I did. I'm so happy I did, because at the end of the day now,
You got to meet us.
Exactly. First
course.
of all,
We're the
and
best
then
part of
I'm
Segovia.
the local. I'm like, people would text me and be like, "Where should I go for lunch?" And I felt strong. I felt special.
I probably
People
asked you
just,
so many times, like, where to go to. I was such a lost kid, like, especially
It's
like
fine.
I had like medical issues for a week.
Oh,
I will
yes.
not open about that because it's embarrassing.
I took you to the
The
hospital.
amount of times I've called for people for the hospital for different people.
Yeah, and I asked Marga
It's
because I was
crazy.
panicking.
No, but like, here's
Yeah.
the thing, Marga. They call you to where to go to and how to do it, and then they call me to go with them.
Oh yeah, Cata
That's the
was like
thing.
my mom. Yeah, for
I am
sure.
the mom.
You are the mom.
Like, honestly,
Mom,
need
but
some
still my
light.
child.
girly, when we went on the hike, I literally had an extra mask for you because I knew you were gonna lose it. And
We'll
you
not
did.
talk
And
about
she
that.
lost it.
Cata, do not embarrass me, please.
I'm so sorry, but that's my favorite hobby.
Okay, Tala was gonna tell her story now.
Yeah.
Before
See, we
embarrass
keep
her.
going off topic.
That's the best part, honestly. I love
honestly,
your
it
win.
is.
Okay,
It is.
Tala, how did you end up at IE?
Okay, honestly, I feel like, so my older sister, she's 4 years older than me. She's been at IE. She went to IE. And like throughout my whole high school experience, everyone used to tell me, oh, so are you going to follow in her footsteps, or are you going to go to IE? And I was like, no, I'm going to follow my own footsteps. Like, what? IE? I'm not even going to apply. 10th grade year old me would be like,
Depressed.
ashamed, but no, I'm just joking, but I'm glad. And so like I didn't really want to follow into her footsteps. I kind of wanted to do my own thing, and so I applied to this other school, and it was NYU Abu Dhabi, but they transferred me. They accepted me not to Abu Dhabi, but they accepted me to Shanghai.
Shanghai.
Yeah, NYU
Wow.
Shanghai. Yeah, and I was actually considering on going. I was like, oh my god, that's like a really cool experience. Like for 4 years, I would be in Shanghai. Like I think I'm saying it wrong. I'm very uncultured.
It's Shanghai.
Anyway, Shanghai. Sorry. Anyways, I don't want to get canceled now.
Sorry,
Anyways,
if someone is from Shanghai, please teach us
we
how to say the
apologize.
name of your city.
We
I'm pretty
apologize,
sure it's
yeah.
We
Shanghai.
can release a statement. We can live with harmony.
Anyways, so and then COVID came, it hit, and I was like, okay, I'm officially not going there. And when I applied to NYU, I also, put an option. You're like, okay, why not apply IE? It could be my second option, let's just apply. And so I applied, I got accepted, and when Shanghai didn't work, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go IE. What's wrong with Spain? Spain is beautiful. And like my sister knows IE, she knows the whole experience, she knows the town, she's gonna be there. And so I felt like it would be a good choice for me. And so I came. And honestly, I like IE. Obviously, there are a lot of cons, but I'm glad I'm here because I got to meet you guys.
We met.
But I'm not even
gonna.
Of course.
But I'm not even gonna lie, and I feel like Cata, you will like relate this with me, because we were online first semester, so it was terrible. I mean, I felt like my mental health kind of went down because, and people don't talk about that.
I obsessed over 7 Korean men for like the
BTS.
6 months. I was like, you're like, if you want to know what my mental health did, well, like all of you were like partying in like Segovia first semester. I was
first semester.
obsessing.
No, I wasn't.
Like 7 Korean men. That's what I
don't know if this
that
will
was,
happen, but I did not party that much.
But that's how I coped. I saw my stories. I was like, okay, I don't care about this, and I just like went on a BTS like Luke.
Yeah, and I feel like for me, it was just what was the hardest thing is being online and then seeing the class, the students coming in and out. And also like I remember in April, like all of IE students, first years, they made an Instagram and everyone was following each other. So I kind of like had half of the school, like half of first years on my page, and I would see each one of them the first week of September going and meeting each other, and I was like, I hate this. And I know I'm very thankful and privileged to always acknowledge your blessings, But I wish I would have been there. But honestly, I feel like it was a good experience for me. I really feel like it kind of made me more thankful a bit. But I wish I could have came earlier, because I feel like later on I kind of suffered the consequences. Is like everyone, um, kind of formed their friend group, and not
Yeah.
especially with COVID restrictions, no one wanted to like meet other people, especially the online
Especially
kids.
in winter.
Especially in winter. So like it was just hard. But I feel like also you can say, I'm sorry.
No. Finish. I'll go afterward.
I'm going on to my next topic.
This is your voice. This is your voice note. I will send mine.
But I feel like also me being able to like stay online kind of made me experience moving abroad easier. Like everyone told me before I went, you're gonna experience it so bad, you're gonna be so homesick, you're gonna cry every day, you're gonna miss your mom, your dad, your family, the food, the culture. And obviously I did miss my mom, I did miss my family, but at the same time I was like preparing myself. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry every day. Prepare yourself, But like when I left the airport, I didn't even cry when I said goodbye to my mom. And like after that, I did not cry over missing my family, because I felt like it was time for me to go and live on my own and be independent and be kind of like take responsibility of my life in a bit. I had to do new things on my own. Like things that usually my mom would do, like go to the doctor with me, or you get groceries.
That's
or
why
Yeah,
but like
go to the doctor with me. So she came here and I rolled with
no.
her.
Okay, it was only one time. But like the insurance and the bank, and then like everything, all these adult responsibilities, I felt like I liked experiencing it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
So like about like the first part about like coming in late, yeah, it was really hard. Like it did take a toll on my mental health. I did get obsessed with BTS for like no reason. Like literally,
But that's okay. That's a
oh,
personality
it's okay.
trait of
I love
yours
it.
now.
It
Yeah,
makes me happy.
it is now part of you. So
It makes me so happy. But like honestly,
advantages.
like I know it wouldn't have happened if I wasn't Segovia. Like totally
Yeah.
different. Like, but it would be like
Yeah.
it's so monumental for me right now. Like honestly, but I think for me being at home, like it was really hard, as well as like Tala saying, like following everyone on Instagram, like seeing everyone like having fun. But like I think now that the semester is over, like when I talked like last talk about this with you, Tala, like I was like so pissed and like still like I think the same point of view as you. But now I'm really thankful that I stayed at home for first semester, honestly.
Why do you think? Why?
In what sense?
Yeah, in what
Because
sense?
like what I've heard, like because I really love the friends I've made this semester, and like the many people that I'm pretty sure that any other way I would have never met.
Exactly. Everything
Like
happens
if
for a
I
reason.
came,
I know.
and like
It's like
here's the thing, like I've talked to like so like with like the girl I'm gonna room with next year and stuff. Like I've talked to her and like other people, and they're like first semester, like people were like so on their own and not like together. No one really was hanging out with like a lot of people unless you were those people that was hanging out. And then we saw in our stories, like everyone was very lonely. And I feel that I would have been like my first semester would have been something like that because of the like culture shock and like life itself.
And social anxiety as well. Just like
and social anxiety, like it would just be just so hard.
We will talk about that in future episodes.
I lived that. I lived through that.
Like I'm really glad that like I came second semester. Of course, at the beginning was like really hard. Everyone was like a little bit closed up, but like as I kept going, especially like basically the last month and a half of uni, I've met so many people, like literally like people that I'm hanging out now in Paris and stuff. They're like
she's living her best life.
Don't even but she's right. It's like if it had been any other way, it could be different. It could like maybe
it could be so different. Like
if she had come in the first semester, it could have like she could have met someone else, made a different group of friends, and never have like become close with the people.
And like I talked about this with like some of the girls in their class, and like they're telling me like our class, like for context, is really close and we're all like really close friends. And like what they told me the first semester, it didn't happen, but like the reason why they wanted to hang out more is because of you and I, Tala. Because they wanted because they wanted to like get to meet us. They wanted to get to meet us. So the best way was like, hey guys, you wanted to like
I feel like
a class thing. And like I feel that like if we had been here the whole year, like maybe we would eventually develop the friendship, but like I'm pretty sure it would have been so different.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Yeah,
have
but
been
we
the
made the
same.
class closer for sure. Yeah, because we wanted to
You
get
don't
to
have
know
to
each
say
other.
thank you.
The thing is, at first it was difficult. Like the first semester here in person was difficult. It was weird. Of course I know you girls, and I remember thinking like the poor online kids. Like I cannot imagine how I would feel if
Poor
sometimes when
kids.
I was here, sometimes when I was here, and I felt like I saw people making groups of friends, and I still like was at first I was struggling, especially being from Segovia, like because people have their residences, for example, and they met a lot of
Yeah.
people from there. They made their groups there, and I was like, I don't know where to make friends. So at
Yeah.
first, it was like difficult in that sense. So I was like, if I am having a bad time, and I would have like my crying sessions when that happened in the beginning, I could not imagine how being online was. But then I also think when you girls came, it was a bit like you girls were a kind of like exclusive. Like it was like you girls coming, it was like, God, let's go meet them. Like I've been seeing these girls on Zoom every day until they're like, oh my God, I want to meet you. And it was like for real, like they're real. Because
Did
to
we
me it was
disappoint
like,
you in real life, Marga?
no, I
Okay.
promise you didn't. You made the class closer. You were, that's all right.
Oh my
No,
god.
but it's true that at first the first semester was really weird because it was like everyone is like in the same position at the end of the day. We're all like thinking like, will I make friends? I remember I had like the biggest concern of like, will I make any friends? I thought I was gonna be like lonely all the time. I just didn't know like I didn't know if I was gonna know how to approach people. I didn't know anything. Like I remember getting there my first day and being like, what if this is me all the time? Like just looking at people become friends while I don't. Like
Yeah.
while I don't make any. So
For
I
me,
was like
there was like that.
concerned everyone. I feel everyone feels that way in the beginning. You're scared like, what if I don't fit in? So in that sense, I guess when you girls came, at least it was like, of course you girls had that feeling of, people have made their friends, and we're like new to this, new to the two groups of friends that are like already bonding and are already created. But at the end of the days, for us in the beginning, it was a bit like that as well. Like I did not know who I was gonna end up with, and now I feel like there are people that in the beginning I met and I was really close to that I've seen like twice this semester, or I haven't seen at all, or that I'm not close with anymore, and that's okay, But it's like you see how things change, and at the end of the day,
For sure.
even if you girls came later, at the end of the day, it's not that much about like the time that you spend here, but about the quality time and how you bond with people, even if it's in a short amount of time. I feel like really close to people I've met for just some months, like you girls, than with some other people that I've met for more months that I have known you girls, or I have had you here in Segovia, or like people from my high school that I don't talk to anymore. And look at us, we're here.
Yeah,
It's
friends
not,
change for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
totally.
that much about how much time, which of course also matters, but sometimes it's about how's, even if I know you for 5 weeks, for 5 months, I may become really close to you and trust you in like a really short amount of time. And I felt like with you girls that happened
Yeah.
since like the moment you came in January. Like
When
it was
I saw you for the first time, I remember
Yeah.
that. I just ran through Plaza. Like we hugged. It was so beautiful.
It was like, yeah, exactly. And I feel like close to you, even though I knew you from like Zoom and
Yeah.
talking on WhatsApp and answering to your stories on Instagram.
Of course.
And it was like, because of that, when we like became friends in real life, the process was like much faster. Because it was not like when I first met people in September, it was like I just knew them and saw them at social gatherings when like suddenly we decided to meet, and more or less we started becoming close because we were in the first class. No, in the same class. When I met you girls, it was like hugging because I felt like I had known you since like the beginning.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah, although I had only seen you on Zoom. It was like from then on, it was like it was not weird. It was not uncomfortable at all. In the beginning, in September, it was like with people I am close now, but at first I was like, oh my God, this person and I are not getting anywhere. And now like I find myself at their house and I'm like, okay, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah,
So,
things happen out of your expectations. I feel like everything
Yeah.
I expect it never happens. But the things that happen in my life, I never expect it to happen. So I feel like we should stop expecting so much, because I remember, I feel like why I was kind of like not shocked, but like just like that was my face.
For the people that
I
are
was
listening,
just because I expected shocking face, guys, if you're listening and not watching.
People listening.
No, but I feel like I just expected so much when I came. I was like, oh, once I'm gonna come. Okay, I know it's so sad, but it's true, and I'm gonna say it. Like, everyone's gonna want to be friends with me, and like everyone's gonna know who I am. That's so stupid to think, though, because like everyone has their own lives. And I mean, I feel like because I expected only amazing things to happen, the opposite happened. Even though not only bad things didn't happen. Okay, I'm like ranting off, but like I made amazing friends, but I feel like definitely everything happened for a reason, and the things that came out that were the opposite of my expectations were actually meant to happen in my life. So I don't know, like, move out of your expectations. And
like, at least for me, for like if you're upcoming like first year, or like you're coming to your second year, you're online first year, like at least for me, don't be stressed about it. Like, at least with my cousins, like I'm one of the youngest, so they've all been through college already. Like, most of them have already graduated. They've always told me, like, in uni you will find like those true closest friends.
That's
so
what
like
they always
I
say.
I came into uni like really not caring, like being like, if I find someone, it's my friend, great. If I find someone, it's not gonna be my friend, whatever. Like obviously there were nights that I was like, oh, I'm so lonely, but I was like, but I have to have those moments of loneliness to actually be like,
to learn and
grow, to learn and to be friends with, like, and like different to you guys, like Tala, you had a roommate, Marga, you live with your parents, I live by myself totally. So like there are obviously moments that I didn't live, like I think I didn't live my house for like weeks straight, just like me by myself in my TB and BTS. But like
BTS. This is sponsored by BTS.
Please.
I wish.
Can we please
sponsor us?
Sponsor us. We'll sponsor you. We'll do something.
Let's send this to it on like to them when it's done. It's like, listen, guys.
But like honestly, like you could always like find me doing that in my house. So like obviously there was moments where it was really, really hard. And like I felt like really, really sad, because I was like obviously seeing stories of people now, instead of being like an ocean away, 5 minutes away, like hanging out, and like, but like I was like, well, whatever, like it's just their life and they're not my friends right now, but like maybe they will be my friends tomorrow, or like we will never be friends, but like we're now like acquaintances or something. So like it's just, don't put too much pressure on yourself, and if you really want to like hang out and like make new friends, like just know that everyone is in the same page as you. Everyone is always like trying to see more friends. Literally like some of my friends that I made, like literally met them in the last month of uni, and they're like not like, oh, we have our group of friends. They're like, no, come, like, dude, like let's hang out, let's do this thing. So like it's not like
finish.
It's like it's not like just okay, yes ma'am,
sorry. I interrupted the voice now.
But like I mean, like just like don't be stressed about it, and like just keep going, and like everyone is gonna be on the same note. I told this to one of my friends that she's coming into uni next semester, and she was like, but like what I'm gonna do to make friends and like to meet people. I was like, if you're starting off, like no one has friends, no one knows anyone, like
literally just go out there,
like it's gonna be fine. And I think that's the end of my rant, and I need to go turn on the light. So like Marga, keep talking while I
okay. Yeah, it's just that I came up with something when you were talking, because you said like you've met some of, and that has happened to me too. Like I've met people that I'm really close now to, that I met like in the last months or in the past month, and again, you see, it's not that much about the time, but about like the quality of the time you have with them, even if it's not for a long time. But one of the things you've said about those people is that although they had like their group of friends, they still like accepted you in some way. They like adopt you. They're like not close, and some like not closed. Like you feel like they're so open, and they will. I don't want to say accept, as if like you had to pass some kind of test to be friends with someone, but it's true,
you got points.
Yeah, you've passed, you can. No, but like I at least me during my life, and especially guess that goes as well with like level of maturity too. But in high school, for example, I feel like there were these really close groups of friends. It was like if you're not part of these people, you're like if you're out, you're not gonna be like let in. Like yeah, you might be my friend, but I cannot like meet you and bring you with my friends because you're not friends with them. You're not part of this kind of
Yeah.
preset group of people. So that I still felt that sometimes at uni, but it was not at all what it was during high school. Like
It all
not at
takes
all.
time,
Yeah.
honestly. It
So,
all
but I
just
feel
takes
like lots
time
of groups of
and putting
people,
yourself
they're
out there.
like, yeah, but lots of groups of people during my life and at high school were like, you know, I might be friends with one, but you cannot come in with the rest of my friends because you're not part of this
Yeah.
group. While at uni, it was like, I would ask one of my friends, like, for example, if I go ask my friend Miriam from communications, like, hey, are you doing anything tonight? And she'll be like, yeah, I'm going out with the people of my degree. And if that had happened to me in high school, I would have been like, oh, okay, I'm staying home. But she's like, join, like, come in. You don't know
Yeah.
anyone, then you will get to know them tonight. It's okay. And that is so nice. Like, that is something I have not felt. And sometimes it has happened to me at uni now that, yeah, some of those people still exist. And there are some people that I know I'm not like, although I'm friends with them, I will not be friends with their other friends. But at the end of the day, then I will have some other people that I know, like, and you girls are those kinds of people that, I just tell them like, hey, what are you doing tonight? And I'm like, going with these people. Come, just it's okay.
I
You'll
hate
be
that
friends
when
with
people
the
are like
friends of
annoying
other
with that.
people. Yeah, it's like you'll become friends of my friends. What's bad about that?
What's bad
It's
about that?
it's
Yeah.
it's
It's so
It's
yeah,
annoying.
completely normal. Like you meet new people from doing that. So
exactly.
that's like
Yeah, like it's just so annoying. Like I don't know. Like this is my rant. Like it's just for me so
Yeah,
annoying. Those humans that are like, oh, like I'm hanging out with someone, and they just like say that. Like they just tell you like I'm hanging out, and like yeah, like you will like like at least especially for me because I came late. Like I don't know anyone. Like I will be more than down to like go meet more people. But like you guys know me. Like whenever I'm doing something, I invite everyone I know. Like I don't
yeah,
care if you hate me or you don't want to talk to me. Do you want to see me ever again? If I'm going to this place and like I have the place rented, I'm obviously inviting you. Like for me, like because I have been in the other side as well, and I've seen like people like be like people hang out and like people like be selective. I think that's so dumb, especially like we're in uni, like it's not high school anymore.
yeah,
Like I was saying, like
exactly.
why can
Why
what
would you
like
exclude people?
yeah, and like it
There's no
makes
point.
and like it makes sense for some people to say like is that I don't want to mix my group of friends, like they should never
Yeah,
mingle. I don't care. Like if like you
I'm
all like me for some reason, maybe you like each other as well. And if you don't, well, like then like I'll just hear both
I
parties of
feel
the
like
story, and
I'm gonna,
I'll be happy about
put myself into another perspective,
that.
I
Go
feel
for it.
like why people would
oh,
usually do that is because they don't like they want to keep their friends separate. Like they don't, and also like a lot of people are maybe worried about them not vibing or connecting or having that like click.
yeah,
It would be just like an awkward
Mm-hmm.
setting, so they just would rather just not invite two random people that don't know each other, and would rather
yeah,
keep their friends separate. But I
Yeah.
yeah.
completely understand, like it goes both ways,
Yeah,
but
it
a lot
goes
of
like I
people just don't want
understand.
to mix, yeah, at
Yeah, I
all.
feel
But
like it
like
can also depend on the situation. Like, of course, there are plans in which, like, you make them with your close friends, and it's like, we have this dinner. Of course, you're not going to bring anyone in, but when you're like going to a party, for example, who cares? Like, if more people join, it's like I think it also depends on the situation as well. But
Exactly,
I
yeah.
mean, when it's like those kinds of open gatherings in which like everyone
Open
can fit
gatherings,
in,
yeah, for sure,
yeah,
yeah.
everyone can fit in, and you just don't invite someone because you're like, oh no, I'm with this friends and I just don't feel like it. I feel like, yeah, being as Cata said, when you've been on the other side, you know how it feels to feel like
yeah.
excluded or feel like you can't fit in just because you were not there since the beginning with this precise group of people. So of course it depends on the situation, but I was talking more about this open gatherings and stuff. But
Yeah,
sometimes
totally.
even when it's like private ones, like we're having some kind of picnic or whatever, and someone has no plan. Of course, there are times you're gonna want to keep it private, and that's okay. But some other times, like one person has no plan what night. If there nobody cares that they come by, then have them. It's like
I
there's no
literally
point not having
like
them.
so like this is my fun fact, like how like I really don't care, like I would just bring my people. So like think right before coming back, like right before leaving uni, like for summer, I had like two people that they invited me, like two groups. They both of them invited me to like a picnic on that afternoon. Things that they rained, so we couldn't do anything. So like my plan was like running from my place and running to the other one. So I was like, you know what? I don't care. I just brought the people from one side to the other one. And then everyone like was like super friendly and like no one really cared that I brought more people. They're like, oh my God, Cata, thank you so much. Like I'm so happy that we now met this humans. And I was like, of course, like
Human.
literally like that's
Just
the
humans.
point. Like we're all like growing, we're all learning.
Yeah, we're all in the same university. Might as well
Mhm.
meet each
Yeah,
other.
might as well meet. Like
Yeah.
probably they're we're not gonna meet that way, but like they did.
Yeah, but I feel like also why it may be sometimes like this in Segovia is because, I mean, I realize that Segovia, especially IE Segovia, it's very cliquey. Am I the only one that's noticing this? Yes, I am.
Okay,
So, like,
no,
no, I noticed
Okay,
it at the beginning.
In my
loyalty.
defense, a lot of people agreed with me on that. Like I
No,
compared the
I
two
agree.
because
I
I go to
agree with you.
Madrid often and I see IE Madrid kids and they're just not cliquey whatsoever.
Because here's the thing, like Madrid is so big, like Madrid is so big, like, but I honestly I think I will feel so lonely in Madrid. Madrid people don't
Oh
come
yeah,
for me.
I'd rather
But,
live
like,
in
I would feel
Segovia.
so
I'd rather
lonely.
live in
I would
Segovia
feel
because
so lonely.
Me too.
Madrid is too big for me. I wouldn't be able to like
Don't come for
really.
me.
Yeah, it's too
Okay,
big
but-
for me. Too much. I'd get lost every single
Yeah,
day, and I
I
feel
know.
like Segovia is a good step to like really adapt to the country.
No,
But
but I mean so big in the people, like so there's so much
That's
people.
Yeah,
Like
that too.
obviously,
That's true. Yeah.
so like I
Well-
like if for us took like so much time to like actually make friends, like I would be like probably I would have met a lot of people, like, but I don't think I would
I
make
know.
like close friends and close acquaintances because I'm very like you both and I are very
Honestly,
like,
I
let's
could
go
see that
meet
in
up.
Madrid. Yeah, there's pros and cons for both. Honestly, I love Segovia. I really do. Even though sometimes I complain, but like I genuinely would not. I really like living in Segovia. Like you walk everywhere, nice
Yeah.
scenery, historical, beautiful nature,
You
and
don't
it's
spend
just
money on the
cheaper.
metro.
It's cheaper.
You don't spend money on the metro.
You can buy
Yeah.
You don't get
things,
lost on
though.
the metro. That's
Margarita
more
the
important.
local lives in Segovia.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, but like,
But, like-
about like but those differences that you're talking, like I have noticed that it's cliquey, but like I think it's only cliquey when you are looking to dip into it. Like if you're just like living your own life and doing whatever,
Yeah.
like, and then you like literally like once again, like this past month, like I've realized that like at the beginning I saw it as very cliquey because I was more of an outsider and like
Yeah.
on everything. But,
Now
like,
I don't
once
really
you start
care.
but more like when you stop caring and more when like you start just like
Exactly.
going out with people, you realize that like what
Exactly.
they tell
Like-
you that everyone is friends with everyone.
was
like,
really-
it can't happen.
I
What
was
is an
really
example
invested
of how
into
you
it.
feel it is squeaky and not in Madridism? Like in
I don't
in
know,
what
like,
way
based
do
on
you
no one cares
my-
about anyone. You just
Based
care
on
about
my-
yourself.
Me?
No. In Madrid, people don't care about anyone. They just care about themselves. Like
No,
like,
that is not true.
No,
Madrid
like,
people are
no,
nice.
but, like-
Cata, don't
no,
let.
like no, but like
Cata
I mean,
talks about her best friend that convinced her to come to IE, who was going to IE in Madrid, but people from Madrid.
No,
no,
honestly,
no,
okay.
but, like,
I
I
feel
mean-
like it could be
I mean, no,
different
no.
for anyone's
no,
experience.
but,
I feel like
before
for
they
my
come for me, they're gonna come for me. Wait, what I mean
I
is
know
that, like,
you have to release another statement.
no, no, because what I mean
Let's
is
not
that,
have
like, no, but like what I mean is that like people like they're very on their own path. Like on Sego, we're like very like there is more like homies, more like, oh my god, have you noticed what happened to this other human? Like you just care about your own friends, but like if you come and tell me like something that happened to someone else, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, that cannot happen, because there's like in Sego, it's very likely that like although I don't know that person, I'm gonna know a friend of that human, or like
Yeah.
or like I'm gonna live next
But
to them.
I feel like that's because you're you, Cata, but other people in Segovia could be, looking at themselves and caring about themselves. And the
No,
same
of
thing
course,
with Madrid.
of course.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Madrid, but like like Madrid is so big, like we're also like in Sega is like very dramatic, and it's very like, and it's very,
because
like,
everyone knows what's happening with the other.
Yeah.
And
so like that's
But
what I
that
mean. Like
happens like
in
in the
Madrid,
entire city.
in Madrid is like you don't go for the drama, you just go for yourself and your path in your life. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, I think it has a lot to do with the size
but
of the
like,
city.
wait, to answer you, Marga.
Don't hate me.
No,
No one's
we're
gonna
not
hate
hating.
It's not you.
No
It's
one's gonna
Madrid
hate
people. Don't hate me.
No, but to answer your question, like based on my personal experience, I feel like everyone has different experiences. Like, I'm not saying this is right, this is wrong. This is what I just personally experienced, and I still have to experience it. You know, I still have 3 years, and I'm still gonna like meet many more people, new people, and experience different things than I experienced the first year. So, I'm just gonna say this. What I realized, like that's what I said, like at the beginning of this episode, is like when I came to Segovia, everyone kind of formed their groups, and everyone wanted with their groups, and everyone was inviting only their groups to like for house parties. Towards the end, it started changing. You know, I started going to many house parties, just random people, because I feel like the COVID restrictions kind of went down a bit. But at the beginning, like it was just everyone was just with themselves. But when I went to Madrid, because I have a friend in Madrid and I used to stay at hers at Jude.
Shout out. Shout out to you.
Shout out Jude.
Hey Jude, what's up? We love you.
She better have come to this point of the podcast.
She's gonna come. I hope she's watching this though.
Anyways, imagine.
She better
watch. Watching. Please comment in their Instagram. Just write, I'm watching.
If you made it to this point of the podcast, comment on Instagram, and
I'm just watching.
We'll send a shout out to you in the next episode.
Anyways, so I met, people in IR, because she studies IR as well. And so I met people at IR in Madrid, and they were very welcoming. I feel I just experienced a very positive vibe that I didn't experience at the beginning in Segovia. I later did experience it, but at the beginning, because I experienced that in the beginning in Madrid, so I just experienced a very positive vibe. And so I keep saying at the beginning, but at the beginning of the semester, I kind of had a negative point of view on Segovia, but now I'm starting to like really change my view, because it changes. It changes, like it really does. Nothing stays the same. And I just got to meet more people to like have that final view. I just met a group of people, and I thought they were Segovia, which is why I had that negative view, because I thought that whole group was like the face of IE Segovia for first years, So that's why I was like, oh shit, like Segovia sucks and Madrid is nicer. But I love Segovia. I wouldn't change. And
it's gonna be so different now, like we're second years, like when we're talking about this, like with some of the people that have apartments.
No COVID restrictions
apartments
to the same extent. Everyone getting vaccinated. It's gonna be really different. We're gonna have like a sort of different experience. We're gonna have such a different experience.
I'm gonna have a roommate. I'm not gonna be alone.
I think
we're gonna
house.
switch.
Okay.
Cata, I think we're gonna switch. I'm gonna live alone. No, I think I'm gonna live alone. No, I think I'm gonna live alone.
Really, don't leave
Anyways, we're not gonna talk about my living situation for next year, but I want to move on to this subject before we end the podcast. What?
Okay, no.
What do you want to say? We'll talk about this later. We'll spill the tea.
Yeah.
No. I was gonna say that like we like now that we're like I was saying that like live alone, that we can like put the note of like how's it living alone, like freedom and dependency.
Oh yeah, that's like what I'm gonna go to. Yeah,
that's why I didn't say anything, because I'm pretty sure
we're gonna talk about both: how it feels to live alone, how it feels to live with roommates, and how it feels when your roommates are your parents. We have the 3 cases.
No, but I feel like I wanted to go more to independency and then living alone. I feel like my whole life, and we will touch on this later in future episodes, because we're going to talk about a lot of different things, but this will go more into detail. But I want to just touch on it because it's also a big important factor in moving abroad and going to university. I feel like, for me personally, like my whole life, I've kind of, and I feel like for all of us and a lot of other people as well, we kind of have this self-dependency on, friends or social status, or, how many friends you have, and like, and all of that stuff. And I feel like we never really acknowledge that we are more than enough. Like being with ourselves, being okay with staying alone and being, with yourself is more than enough. That's more than you need anyways. And I feel like a lot of people, and for me especially, I kind of struggled my whole life. I'm going there, guys. I'm getting there. But I feel like my whole life, it's just I've struggled with that independency, because I feel like a lot of people, not just me, have this reliance on people to make them happy. And I feel like we all struggle somehow to make ourselves happy, just with ourselves. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna end up with ourselves at the end. It's just me and myself. You and yourself, Cata, and you and yourself, Marga. So I feel like
it's like the person you're gonna be with your entire life at the end of the day.
Exactly, it's you. So might as well accept it. Yeah, might as well accept it and love you. I'm gonna be with you for a lot of time
in my life, but I'm gonna be with myself always, like at all times.
Exactly, and no one's gonna be there for you as much as you're there for yourself. So might as well just accept being alone, accept being with yourself. Because, like, I mean, honestly, we all are amazing people, and I feel like we're gonna touch this later on future episodes. We're gonna talk about self-love more, but I feel like having that self-love is so important to like really be happy in life, because you if you make yourself happy, then that's it. That's it. And I feel like for living alone, I feel like why a lot of people are scared to live alone, because they're scared to be lonely, to just get bored, and that's why they have this self-reliance
so much fun.
Yeah, and Cata enjoyed it, as you can see.
Well, but like Cata had BTS. She wasn't that alone.
Yeah. But like I feel like that's why people kind of fear on living. A lot of people love it, I'm not gonna lie, and those are the self-independency queens. But a lot of people also fear it because they're just like afraid of being bored, afraid of being unhappy, afraid of being lonely and sad. And I don't know, Cata, since you lived alone, tell us your experience.
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't want to live alone. It came to like some other situations that like were out of my control, let's say. But like when I was searching for apartments, my parents were like, why don't you search for something by yourself? And I was like, no, my mental health cannot take it. My mental health cannot take living by myself. And then I got to Sego, and things here there happen, and I'm ended up by myself in an apartment, on a 2-bedroom apartment, for basically 4 months. And I was really nervous. Like, it's really hard. Like, I will not lie about that. It's really, really complicated living by yourself. Like, the silence, like, I talk a lot. Like, I do talk a lot. Silence. But, like, when I tell you, like...
I think the three of us.
Yeah, but, like, when I tell you, like, I didn't say a word from, like, since I woke up until I got engaged with something, or, like, I was seeing a series and I just commented. Like, it's really complicated. Like, there's a lot of silence, a lot of moments of quietness, but like you just learn to enjoy it, and you just learn and you just learn to like do your own thing. And like literally, like, I'm a freaking grandma, so like I put a chair on my kitchen so I could put my computer, or I can sit down with my computer to while like the things we're cooking and like probably burning. So like it's really complicated, but it's like really, really fun. And like honestly, you're in some ways you're your own boss, but you're also your own student. You're also like your own, like, you're so many things for yourself. So like it's an experience that I think everyone should have at least once in their life. But it's crazy. And like I did have a lot of fun. My neighbors did hated me for doing Taylor Swift drunk sing-alongs at 3 a.m. But like, what else was I gonna do that, honestly?
Do you think since you lived alone, you started making more voice memos, or did that come from the Cata from Colombia?
No, I always did voice memos because I really don't like typing. Because like, so here's the thing. I had like a phase where I typed a lot, all my text messages, like a lot. Because I sent them like at 3 a.m. when I was supposed to be asleep. So I texted a lot. So like now that I like as I life continued, I just kept like I started like sending more voice messages because I didn't want to text. And then like me by myself, so like the only way for me to like mouth words was voice memos, and I could send them at 4 a.m. when no one really cared by myself. And this is also like something like when you live by yourself, like you can get by home like at 5 a.m. and like no one will know. You can do like
the freedom, like,
yeah, but like it's a, like two like I don't know how to say it in English. It was like una armadillo misma, because like
yeah, like a
it's
two-faced,
a two-sided sphere. Like,
two-sided, yeah.
Because like you can get by yourself and like no one will care, but like that's the thing, no one cares that you get home at 5 a.m. Like what like something could have happened between you wherever you were doing whatever, God knows what.
No one will care if you go to sleep at 10 a.m. You know, it's like, it's my life.
It's so crazy.
It's me.
Like honestly, it's so much fun. Like I did so many things. I painted.
But did you did you start loving yourself more and like accepting being?
I think I
went
insane.
Okay, this is not the moral of the lesson.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
More people, you know.
I think I learned
everything experience it differently.
I think I learned to like be more comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
Because like I always did things like my whole life. I like since I was very little, I was always like on stages and stuff. So like I've been really used to people always watching what I'm doing. So like whenever I'm alone, I've always like until before I started living by myself, like I've always felt that someone is looking at me. So like I think that's the thing. Like I realized while I was living alone that I was doing things for everyone, but not for me, as like I was like putting some like many coats and many walls, even for myself. So I think living alone like allowed me to like really get to know me and like really realize so many things that like I like to do and I don't like to do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel like it's a very good step for independence in a way. I mean, not financial independency, obviously, because you're still 18.
I'm so
you're still 19 or whatever.
You're a baby.
I'm turning 19. I'm turning 19 in a month.
But let me tell, if anyone listening here is going through the complete opposite and you're still living with your parents, which happens to the best of us, it's okay. Like, I feel like when university comes, and if you still live in your town or something like that, and you feel that you're not given enough independence, and like the rest of people, if they live alone or with roommates or whatever, they have more, you should really like talk about it at home. Because since the beginning, I've been left like a lot of freedom, and I like do things as I want, inside of course the limitations that I have at home, but you know, the same limitations everyone has, even though you live alone or you have roommates. It's like, just, you know, that I will leave my house and suddenly my mom will be like, where are you going? What are you doing? But you know, when it comes to that, you know, if my mom called me because I had, you know, traveled abroad and I was living abroad, she would still call me and ask, where are you going? What are you doing? So at the end of the day, it's you know, it's different. But when you are at this age, you make your friends, you have your university to go to and people to hang out with. It's all about you know, you knowing that of course you're gonna have things that you are going to do at home, and you're gonna, of course you're not throwing a party. Of course it's not the same for you as it is for the rest of the people, but you know, there's also something about learning how to be independent and learning how to have freedom, even when you do not have the same freedom or that other people feel they have because they live by themselves. It's like finding that same balance when even you're with your parents. You know, it still has its advantages. You know, I still eat my mom's food, so that's a pro. And of course then there are cons, but at the end of the day, it's all about you and finding time for yourself as well, and being grateful. You know, at least I have my family now. I will have them this next year, and the next one I will not. So might as well just enjoy this time in which I can, you know, balance the freedom I have and the independence I have, as you guys do. And at the end, and at the same time, you know, enjoy the time I have with them, because what happened also is that many of you guys were like wishing to go home. You wanted to go home because you missed them. At the end of the day, you like being here, you like being independent, but you also were like, you know, it's been 6 months. I yeah, I want to see my family, and that's so I still have the chance to do that here. So there's it's about finding that balance and finding that kind of freedom and inside the limitations that you might have, and it's not forever at the end of the day. So yeah,
Yeah.
so if you're still at home, I feel you, but you know
It's
what, it has
fine.
its good things, and I have not felt treated differently or
Yeah.
anything like that. Actually, like I've really embraced being the local. So yeah, you live with your parents, but you can
Yeah.
make the joke like, no, sorry, not at my house. I'm sorry, I can't. So it's okay. Just embrace it. It will be over at some point. Just enjoy what you have, and
Yeah, and I think
find
there's so
that
many
find
things you
that
don't have to
balance.
worry about. Like
Yeah,
there's so many things you don't have to worry about. You're like, at least like most of my friends like back at home, like they live with their parents because like
they
everyone goes to
go
like
to uni there.
they go to uni like in the city.
Yeah,
So like it makes no sense for them to move, honestly. Like I would just
exactly.
move. So like literally like there's so many things that they don't have to worry about, and like they're still allowed to be young and like dumb and broke. So like because literally that's what we all
I'm
are.
I'm all of those, and I'm at home.
Yeah, it's like literally like it makes
Yeah,
it like it's like it's not gonna be like a damaged experience. I think it's a different experience for everyone. And if you ever find yourself in a situation that you live alone with roommates or like with your parents, like it's gonna be fine, and like your life is still gonna be your life, and it's gonna be your path.
yeah,
It's gonna be
exactly.
fine. It's gonna be nice. You're
Yeah,
gonna learn to
it's
love
gonna be fine.
yourself, baby.
It feels like in the beginning it always feels overwhelming, but no matter if you're living alone with your parents, with roommates, at your country or outside,
Abroad.
or in your town where you've been for 19 years, you'll find friends, you'll find chances, you'll find freedom, even if you feel limited or lonely sometimes. So
Yeah.
it's just about knowing that it all comes and that things happen like for a reason. And we
Yeah.
wouldn't be here right now if I had decided, oh no, I don't want to stay in Segovia, and I had gone to Madrid. Or Tala had decided that she hated the Segovian she had met and decided to move to Madrid with you. Or if Cata
Or go
had
to
had
Shanghai.
been
Dude,
accepted
go to
to
Shanghai.
Shanghai, or Cata had gone to France in the end, not just for a week now in Paris to show it off, but to
You're gonna
live
be a
there
month
instead.
here.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it all comes, and you'll find yourself in a situation that it wouldn't be that way if you had taken another decision that would have like changed it radically. So just enjoy what you have, and
And we're still
you're
like,
here now.
yeah,
We're
and we're
still
still like
babies.
so young, and these 4 years are like, my sister always tells me this, like our prime years, so let's enjoy it before we go into adulthood. But I feel like we're still figuring it out. We're not experts, but try to listen to our experiences. If you are listening to this podcast. And yeah,
And I think that's a really great note to end today's
yes,
Yeah.
episode.
episode. We'll be
Okay,
back.
we'll be back. You can
This
find us
long voice note, we're gonna
this really
Okay.
long voice note for you guys. You can always like if you ever want more to know more about us, you can always follow us on our social media at the VNN
VN
Talk.
Talks.
Instagram, YouTube, and that's it for
And we
now.
will be
Oh,
downloading our
and
website.
LinkedIn.
you get LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Get the
We made a LinkedIn.
get
We
the
have,
start.
baby
we
girly.
have 2-page beers for now.
And if
I
you
see.
guys
On the
want us to
website.
talk about specific things, you can always DM us or like put in the comments. Like if you want us to talk about things you're interested in, we'll also do that. That's no problem. We're just literally talking about anything, our personal experiences, everything that you
And
could
if you
think
feel
of.
that you have something to share here in the VN Talks, you're always welcome. Please send us through DM or comment it on YouTube.
Or
as well.
email even.
Or
We have an
email
email.
us. We have an email.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's gonna be in our bio.
thevntalkspodcast@gmail.com.
As it is. Okay.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back hopefully with another episode. And it
Thank
will
you for
soon
making
be
it
decided what it's going to be
to
about.
this point. Yeah.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.